You never try and just jump into I'm joking, a 40 section Y tubes like your top game and know it alls, and you didn't even fill out your race card for the character sheet. The Dungeons and Dragons, right? That's what I meant. Not the YouTubes that I was probably just going to download onto three quarters dozen DVDs instead of after the likes and the runtime, the 4,000 hours worth of watch time and the 100 subscribers within a year. Yeah, so I get the AdSense and $1 million. We're not really into that as much as downloading it onto DVDs whenever I get 50 or 60 segments, and I get it screened out and things. So my most important aspect of race is 38% Nordic, and that's a race in respect that it's resistant to hypothermia, in the freezing cold, burning temperatures of the freezing cold in the Nordic Circle, say the North Pole. So there's the long line of Swedes, Norwegians, and then we have the next largest, which is 25% regular ordinary Caucasian, and we're gonna go ahead and blend that in with royalty. As we have the Shepherd, right? Like Bob Weir's last name, it's the Scottish Shepherd, and we have the Scottish Lennon, like John Lennon from the Beatles. So there's the Lennon and the Shepherds, and that's about it as far as Caucasian royalty. Besides my granddad being an FBI agent for 45 years, so there was those two things, and along with the Nords and the Swedes, the Carlson. There was my Gramps, which witnessed the surrender of Japan after Hiroshima on board a submarine that left New London Harbor. There was the Swiss, right, also known as Aryan, non-Germanic, angel-esque, angel hybrid, churchy. The churchies would call them Nephilims. The peoples would call them Aryans. They're the non-Germanic Swiss natives. Yeah, so that's about 12, and then there's the 12 with the Cherokee, and David Marshall was the Cherokee man, and he met Albert Einstein and did some work with him, and he met John F. Kennedy and did some work with him. So there's the Cherokee, and the most crazy of the races because it has the transformation skin pigments, which goes from burgundy charcoal to like blanca, would be the Mohegans, and that's my last 12%, I think. You mix the 35, 25, and 312.5s, or maybe it's a 38.5 or 28.5, whatever. 312s, we have the Nordic Caucasian Swiss Cherokee Mohegan, and we mixed in the Aryan. Well, let's see. Her major accomplishment, besides surviving the Nazi Holocaust concentration camps in Switzerland, was working in Manhattan for 50 years. Last name Hoffman, related to Albert Hoffman, the chemist that invented lysergic acid diethylamine 25. And what we have here that has no accomplishments because his life was not very long was John Hyde, although he at least was a member of the Mohegan tribe. That's where I get my races from, and we're all done with race and royalty. So the next game would have been a dozen dames or seven celebrities. If we were still playing with Squirrely, well, Salvatore took note from beyond the fence. And his biggest thing was he was born in Sicily, 1910 ish, or before. He was about 20 or 25 when he moved over to Ellis Isle from Sicily, and he was in New York City 1930 from Sicily, and then my backyard 2006 as a survivor of the collapse of the World Trade Centers, and Gramps' best friend since, like, I don't know, 1950.